Hey, here's another unboxing, and today, as you can see from the title of the video, I have a new TAG Heuer. This is the new Aquaracer in titanium. That's 40 millimeters, the Solargraph. And once I saw that, I was like, wow, that's pretty good looking. And I've been thinking about an Aquaracer for a while, but I haven't found the right one. Some of them a bit large at 43. And the ones that are other ones that are 40, they have some automatics. They're okay, but nothing really stood out to me. And I also didn't like the most of them have like a high polished center link on the bracelet, which isn't I don't know. I'm trying to avoid that. Anyways, let's get to the unboxing. This, first off, this is like the biggest watch box I've ever opened. um, I never had an Omega Speedmaster, but it feels like it's one of those super big boxes similar to that. I think those are even bigger, but yeah, I mean, this is pretty huge. But and it came in a protective cardboard box around it, but nothing to look at there. Just cut it up. It has a protective seal on it to make sure there's no tampered with. So this is straight from TAG Heuer, and we'll see what we get. So it's got like a magnetic closure. You can feel that. Quite the presentation, especially for solar quartz. And let's see here. I guess you would take this and lift it up. Another magnetic closure. And it's probably documentation. Let me see before I show any sensitive information. Yeah, it's just my I think my sales receipt and everything. And what else is in here? Return labels for in case I need to return this. Maybe I change my mind. We'll see. But pretty nice and fancy. I set that to the side. And it comes with a nice TAG Heuer watch roll. We'll get to that later. I gotta see before I open too much if this is something that is going to hit me and say, yes, I'm going to keep this. And you just pull this out. And let's see what else is in here. I suspect you don't remove anything else in here. It's just a really big fancy packaging to protect the watch. There's a lot of space. Probably the warranties in here. Let's see. Yep. There is a card in here with the serial number or the warranty reference. I'm not going to show that off, but it's in this in here. And what else is in here? Quick start guide. This has a lot of pages, but this you can see multiple languages, of course. You probably only need like, I don't know, like a small, like a fifth of this or something or less. Caring for your tag, recharging, all that stuff. And that's pretty much it. Set that back inside. Okay, and then let's see. I guess I would. There's a lot of branding everywhere, and here it is. I guess. Drum roll. Ta-da! There we go. Let's have a closer look at this. Let me zoom in. Looks quite nice. I like the matte bead blasted finish. See if we can take a closer look. They didn't bother putting a, I don't think they have a sticker on here. Now before I do anything, it comes with a crown popped. Interesting. I wonder why they did that. I would think it would be screwed down. One thing I want to see is just trying to make sure that it's hitting the marks, because if you're spending this kind of money for a solar quartz, you really want to make sure the marks are hitting. And I would say most of them do, but I can see some of them do come a little bit off towards here. I'm just curious. Wonder if it's like, okay, something I'll have to check. Maybe I'll have to pull it out and hack it. Let's see. It's really in there. Okay. And there is a tag. We'll try to leave that unseen. Nice clasp. Do deploy it. Don't think there's any micro adjust though. Stuck to it? Well, you know what? Actually, I was told, I was reading the literature somewhere that somewhere in the description of the watch, it says that there's an easy adjustment system. And from what I can tell, I've not seen anybody that's shown this. But I wonder if it really has that extra extension. It's really, it seems like it is, just because of where this pinhole is. Let's see if I pull it. Oh yeah, see? It does have that easy extension. Nobody's shown this yet. I know they have something like this on the earlier version, I guess, the one that's black with the carbon DLC. It's not titanium, I don't believe, and they have the rubber strap. They don't have a bracelet for it, but it does have like this extension that I saw on it, but it was designed and looked a little bit differently. Interesting how they did this. I've never seen it done like this. I can show it to you. Here, we're actually gonna pop it off the pillow. Just as I keep everything together for now. See, cool. I thought, and then also the one on the black version. That's these set of holes look like they were closer to, and if you look at the way it's done inside, it looks different than the way this one's done. Maybe because it attaches to a rubber strap instead. But that's basically it. Like you can do this, like fold over to just quickly extend it. I guess, let's see how much, by about, I guess, a half a link, and you push it down to secure it. That's pretty cool. I mean, you don't get like you know, different levels of micro adjustments, but it's kind of good to, if you have a tighten and you feel it's a little bit tighter than you want for the time being, or you can do a quick extension like that. Is it sort of like Rolex's Easy Link system? I think not the one that slides. That's a glide lock or something, right? The Easy Link has like a kind of fold out extension, but it's not like super long. Cool. I mean, I was hoping it would have something, and yeah, it's better than nothing, right? So that's good. Signed, node. Pretty much everything should be titanium. Sorry, out of frame. Nice case back. I wonder, well, this you would have to probably bring to service. I can't, there's no way you can unscrew this. obviously. And they say 2 minutes will charge the watch fully for a day. I'm curious. It was out, but then it wasn't hacked. It was in a date position. I wonder if they meant to pull it out all the way so that it stops running. I want to check. I just want to make sure that the seconds hand wasn't like had some kind of weird play, like depending on where gravity is. You know what I mean? Like, would it actually dip or lower down? Like if I do this versus if I flipped it this way, would it like rotate? Gravity pull it back down this way, so there might be a little bit of play, but it doesn't seem like it. Hack it. And go down all the way and you screw it down. I'll do that in a second. I love the matte finish on this, very tooly. I haven't had a watch like matte lasted like this in a while. Don't have many, if any. Actually, I don't have any titanium watches. I had some, lost some, had some, sold them. Now, I want to check to see how the bezel action is, because titanium watches are they have notoriously nasty bezel action. I have to say, this is not bad. I don't think it'll ever beat stainless steel, but it's not really any play in it either. Nice. I can feel it drop into place. The friction or the tension isn't too tight, so otherwise I wouldn't say that the grip may not necessarily have been the best. It's a little bit rounded over, and it's got the bevel, I guess, on the edge, so it's smoothed out basically. So that kind of, if it had a more hard edge, it would probably catch your skin and be grippier in that sense. But since it's not that heavy, it's actually quite easy to turn. And I do like this, and everything seems to line up. Sorry, got off camera a bit. There should be some air in here. And I do like the use of the bright blue or powder blue, or would you consider this like a very light teal? Because I've been trying to find, I'll probably keep it on the bracelet, but I think occasional strap change would be nice, and something to match that color would probably be cool. But I was holding off to buying anything until I saw it in person and actually was able to see exactly what color that is. And it's definitely like it's not what I would call a baby blue. That would have more blue in it. It's more of a sea foam, or like I said, a light or powdery or pastel-y teal or something. It definitely has a little tinge of green to it as well. It's kind of a bluish, so somewhere in the middle. Very light Tiffany blue, I don't know, but it's a nice accent to an otherwise very stark Spartan look, and I think that was one of the appeals to this. Personally, it is definitely light, and it has bicolored loom, which, let's see if we can show that real quickly. Let's see if I can get that. You can see that, and it's cool. Even the blue seconds hand lights up blue as well. One more time, just to see. So it's all green. It's more green in person, like the indexes, and the hands. Then you see here it's got more of a, you know, not quite as green as I'm seeing it, but it looks good. All right, let's open this up again. Let's adjust and let's see. I'm gonna have to review and see how these links are adjusted. I wonder what these, you can see here, these little holes are. I don't suppose you push them and somehow it releases the link somehow. I'll have to look it up before I mess around with it. I don't see, there's no arrows to indicate that it goes one direction or the other. So I'm wondering if it's actually friction pins or pin and collar of some sort, or is it some other system? I'll have to look that up. Maybe it's an instruction manual. See? It's like that much, yeah. Overall, pretty cool. And it's slim. Being quartz, it shouldn't be too thick now, should it? So let's just quickly, I'm just curious. 10 millimeters thick, lug to lug. And it does kind of have female end links. See here, which is good. So we'll say it's about, let me see, 46.8, I think I'm roughly getting. So just under 47, and this should be again 40. Well, you know what? It's actually, if I'm measuring from like this angle here, from 2 to sub 8, I'm getting 40.5 actually. The bezel measure is actually closer to 40. And I'll have a quick look on wrist. It's wearing my Baltic Aquaracer bronze. It's been a little while since I had this on, so I think I just switch it up from the other recent thing that I got, the Serica 8315 GMT. It's going to wear pretty darn comfortably. I think it'll wrap around more once I take the, of course, the plastic tape off. Oh, just give it a further away shot. And this is using a Lejeune Perret quartz movement, if I understand it correctly. Likely since Citizen basically, I guess, owns them, and I believe they make their movements as well. Is this kind of like maybe a higher end version with that OJP branding on it? But it should be fairly accurate. We'll give it a test run, I guess, as soon as I get this size and on wrist. So looking forward to checking this out. Should be a great grab and go You can pretty much wear this anytime, anywhere. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have much dress up occasions anyway, so it's work. And just get back to zoom in. Yeah, like I said, I was meaning to get back into a tag for a while. It actually is the brand TAG Heuer. Was a brand that my first luxury watch that I got for myself way back in the mid 90s, basically about 95. I'll see if I can flash a picture of it right here. And that's the one that I got. And it was also quartz, but at that time I didn't know too much about automatics, and I don't know. That's the brand kind of something that was known and attracted to me, and I always kind of wanted one, and so I had an opportunity to look around and pick out one, and I picked out that, and I had that one for at least 12 years, and then somehow after I moved someplace and was fixing up the house, I kind of misplaced it and lost it, and that really bummed me out, and it took me a while to realize it too. I said, wait a minute, where the hell did my watch go? And yeah, that's the one that got me kind of started into, well, not like I was buying a lot of luxury watches since then, but that was my first luxury watch purchase, as well as that style of diver with a white dial and black bezel was it's always stuck with me. It's something I just gravitated towards. And if you've seen some of my other more recent watches, that's a design theme that I've tried to stick with and emulate. And I thought about getting that old watch back, but the prices for them are not inexpensive for what it is, I would say. Like when I last looked, they were still around, hovering around $600 more or less, depending. But then a lot of them were pretty beat up too. And so I said, I don't know if it was worth it. And so I was looking at Aquaracers, but I don't know. Basically, this one's the one that stood out. And I was like, you know what? I should probably get a tag back in. Yeah, getting one in the mid 90s supposedly wasn't their finest moments, but I honestly couldn't say why that is. I liked it just fine, and I had it for a long time. And yeah, I mean, but I think they're coming back with some strong pieces, especially, of course, the chronographs are awesome, the motorsports themed ones. But the Aquaracer line is quite nice. I mean, it has a pretty decent amount of variety and options, and I think the design is original and clean, and now it's very distinctive. One of TAG Heuer's more distinctive designs. Anyways, just wanted to share this real quick, and I believe you can likely be expecting to see more of this in the near future. This here? Okay. Thanks for watching.